Hi guys, Angela with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, do I have this the wrong way again? Okay, just a second. Let me turn myself around. There we go. I do that every time. At least today I found the button. Yesterday I couldn't find the button. I had to stop the video and redo it. Okay, so this is what we're doing today. We're going to do this hutch. We're going to, what are we doing? Painting flowers. Painting white flowers on this hutch. If you didn't see how we got to this point, you can look at the videos below this, and I'll show you how we did this whole distress finish. I got a couple of things. Oh, another thing I did yesterday after we did the distress finish. Hopefully, if I come up really close, you know what? Let me first pull up myself on my iPad really quickly. Just a second. Here I am. Okay. All right, very good. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me come in closer so you can. I'm just looking at my iPad really quick, you guys, to see what you guys are looking at. Let me come on like this way a little bit. Okay, perfect. I just want you to see the script. See, I did some script stenciling on this, and I used this script stencil, and this is just some tape, so I could tape it on here, so you guys can. So that's how I got this with some. Just use my script. Just use my stencil brush and some black paint. Just put that on there, and just did it in little spots. I didn't want it to look like it was, I didn't want it to look even. I wanted it to look like it had been rubbed off over time. So I did that, and I did that off camera. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay. Let me see where I'm at and see where I'm not going to be in the way so you guys can see. Okay. Perfect. All right. And so what I want to do is up here, I have done on the hardware, before I do the white flowers, the white roses, before we get to that, I just want to show you guys how you can age like your hardware. Yesterday I painted these turquoisey colors and greens right over the hardware. And so we want it to look like it's, oh my God, I hate when I have this. Like it's antiqued. Like it's old and antiqued over time. It's rusted. Okay, so I'm using this, what is it color? Copper. This copper color. And it's Deco Art Americana Outdoor Living. I happened to pick this up. It was regularly $10. I happened to pick it up for $2.50 last year on clearance. And I think they might have it on clearance again this year at Hobby Lobby. That's where I got it from. But you can use any copper paint or any, you can use Inca Golds in copper, whatever you have. Okay? So this is just a quick technique to use this copper. And like I said, right here, I already painted like this tealy, greenish color right over my hardware, right? So then, I'm just going to use some out of the lid because you don't need very much on your brush. And then I'm going to wipe my brush off so it kind of like, so we kind of have it, hardly any paint on it, so it's kind of dry brushing with this copper. And just go over the hardware like this. And then like really go over it and cover it well. And then take a paper towel and wipe it off. Like that. And it leaves some there and it takes some away, which is perfect. Do the same thing here. And then just wipe it off. And it leaves some in the grooves, it leaves some on top. I like it. Then I took that same brush and I just went on the heart, like right here on all these little panels. Just go dry brush your copper right over these little panels, which I think just adds that little bit of oomph to it. I think it just looks really pretty. Okay, and then did I do that? And I did that to the hardware over here, and then I did it also to this right here, that panel. So let's do it over here. Move my camera. And remove the excess paint. So another dry brush. And we're going to go over the hardware, making sure that you guys can see. Oh, my shirt's down a little low. I'm trying to make sure you guys can really see this hardware good. Just a second. Let me kind of... Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so just dry brush right over this hardware. And then just wipe it off a little bit. And when you wipe it off, it shows up some of that green and tealish color. And then some of the golds over it. So it just looks like it's rusted. And then just take the rest of it on your brush and just start going over these panels. And I'm even getting some like inside a little bit too, which I think is cool. I'm going to take this dry brush again. Well, it's not so dry because I had to add a little bit more color to it. And I'm going to take that copper, the same copper that we used like on the hardware, and I'm going to do it to the top here. Okay, you guys can see it. See the molding here at the top? Just kind of dry brushing that copper right over that. And that just added another little, some really, really pretty little addition there. And then I'm going to add, there's a little bit of molding here too. I'm going to add a little more copper there. So I'm just doing this real quick and then we'll get to the flowers, you guys. But I thought I'd share that with you. Ooh, that's a lot of it. I got a lot right there. I didn't mean to get that much, so we will just take my paper towel and wipe some off. Which even looks even better when you wipe some off, you know? Because then it just like really exposes some of the teal underneath with some of the copper, and yeah, love it. And then these knobs right here, I did brush some of this over the knobs too. I already did that. While I have this in hand, you know what, let's go down to the bottom. I'm going to brush some of this copper on the bottom. Yeah. So let's load up my... And this is kind of like a stenciling brush. See this little round one? What it really is I bought these at Hobby Lobby. You get 2 in a pack, and it's really what you use for chalk painting or for milk painting. But I just took one of them and designated it for like stenciling and stuff like that. So that's what I'm using. So I use it to paint chalk paint. I use it with chalk paint, and then I also use it with my milk paint. But I also use it kind of like a dry brush or stenciling brush. And just quickly dry brush some of this on the bottom here. That looks awesome. Love that. And if you guys can see, we might do some right here. Yep, we will. Just a little bit of molding here too. Do I want to go like that? Look at me just keep on going. There's more panels right here, so I'm just going to dry brush a little bit over those panels too. There we go. Love that. Yeah, I think that looks really pretty. Okay. So that's what we've got so far. I am loving it. I'm going to turn on this light next to me and see if that's not going to brighten things up. Maybe we need one more light. Maybe 2 more lights. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm gonna turn on one more light, and then we'll get started on the white roses. Yeah, I think that a little bit more light on the situation might be good. It's kind of washing out the colors. We'll see once I start the doing the roses. Okay, so let me put this stuff away. It's gonna be just a second. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's just too much light. I'm gonna turn off one of these over here. See if that makes it better. Lighting is so hard to situate when you're making videos. You think you have it, and then you don't. Okay, let me see how that looks. Okay, I think that looks better. Okay, so let me go ahead. Oh, and quick, before we get started with doing the white roses, I want to let you know there's some script. If you guys can see it, there is a little bit of script everywhere on this piece. And so I use this stencil with black paint and just put it on here like this, and then just stenciled this script on there. And I did it really haphazard, so it looks like it faded off over time. And I just thought that would be I just like the way that looks on here with everything else all distressed. So let you guys know about that. Let me load up my palette with paint, and we will get started. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is I may have to sit on the ground. And I have the worst knees from years of doing aerobics. I did step aerobics for, Lord, 15 years. And then after that, now I do mixed fit and Zumba. But it was the step aerobics that ruined my knees. So I hate sitting on the ground. But to be at the right angle, I may be sitting on the ground. All right, so I'm loading up my palette with paint, okay? So I'm doing something just so you guys know that I'm not just sitting here and you're looking at nothing. Okay. Also, I just went and got myself some floating medium. So this is an extender. So you can, after you load your brush up, then you can also just dip a little bit into this, and it helps everything flow and for the paint to stay wet. This is what we're using I'm using Folk Art. Folk Art's the best paint to use with these one-stroke flowers by Donna Dewberry. Donna Dewberry is where I learned how to do these one-stroke flowers, and there's going to be white roses we're doing today. She likes to use this Folk Art paint because it's nice and thick for her technique. And so today we're going to use, they're white roses, but I want them to look like they've been browned. You know, like after they bloom, after a few days they start turning brown. That's what we want. So I have, I'm using Cafe Latte, and then I'm using Wicker White. Okay. All right. And we're going to be using a 3/4 inch Donna Dewberry brush. If you like this technique, you can go on she has a website, Donna Dewberry. You can go on her website, and she has tons of tutorials on how to do these flowers. If I was you, I would get my paintbrushes from HSN. You can buy like a pack of 7 or 8 of her brushes. Her brushes are made for this technique. And you can buy 7 or 8 of her brushes for like $15, and they're well worth it. They're good brushes. Okay, so now let me back up a little bit and go down. Oh. And we're going to start right on this panel here. And on my brush, I'm going to show you how you load it. Sometimes you do half one color and half the other. This one I'm going to do 3/4 white and only 1/4 of the brown. So that's how I'm loading my brush. So you guys can see that. So there's like just a little brown on the ends. Oh man, I know I'm going to have to get on the ground. Okay, here we go. Perfect. There's one petal. In just a second, you guys, like I said, I gotta grab a pillow. Just a second, because I gotta go to the ground. I hope I get up. Okay, be right back. All right, you guys, I'm back. Got the pillow. Oh, Lord. Me on the ground. It's not fun. Oh. Okay, here we go. Loading up my brush again. Okay, so we will. Okay. I can tell you one thing, I'm going to be contorting myself in all kinds of ways to get this right. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I can do this. Okay. Perfect. And not every brush stroke will be perfect because also I'm dealing with this right here. These are panels because this actually folds into each other and then these all open up. So there's a line right here. So sometimes, it's not going to work. All right, let me get on my... Okay. I only thought about this right before I went on. I went, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to contort my body all kinds of ways to get myself right for these flowers. I thought, oh Lord, help me. Okay. I'm going to go back over this one again. Cool. Let me reload up my... Oh, that's not white paint. I'll probably think twice before I do this on video again. No, I will. Okay. So then in the middle, we want to do another set of petals in the middle here. Okay. Let me see if I can get this at the right angle. Okay. There we go. And then it looks weird in the middle here. Well, I think I can do one more petal. It looks weird in the middle, but we'll be doing, we're taking some white paint with a little bit of green right in the middle, right in the center. Okay. So right here in the center, we're going to let that dry for a second. Then we'll pounce some, green in the center there. All right, so I have one rose there. We're going to have vines coming off of here too. So I'm looking at where I kind of want to put these flowers. So we're going to put one down like right here, and we'll put one here. All right. And I think some people are on, so let me just check my camera. Check my iPad, just a second. Hey Rose Gold Wings. How are you? Thank you for stopping in. Honey, you go by? You can get by.
No.
Oh, okay. I had to get on my knees, Kyle, to do these roses. Okay, here we go. There we go. So let's do some more. I'm going to try to stay off my knees as much as possible. Okay, so there's that. There we go. Cool. I have to remember to dip into that extender. Okay. Cool. Sorry, you guys, if I'm not talking a lot, I'm just focusing. I don't normally have to focus so much, but I'm at so many different angles. Cool. Okay, I might be in the way for this one, so just bear with me and I'll be out of the way in a second. I actually just found it's easier if I stand up and just go to the angle that I need, so that's what I'm doing. I can tell you one thing, it's not like sitting at my little desk painting on a canvas or in my art journal. Okay, so let's do some more smaller flowers there. Here. Get some floating medium there. And let's do another. Right there. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, thank you, Rose Gold. I'm glad you caught me live too. Okay, so we got that rose done. Now we're gonna go to the next one here, and then like I said, in the center, we're gonna let these dry, and in the center we're gonna take some green and put those in the center of these roses. Okay, let's do one over here. Yeah, you guys are seeing it. Good. Let me load my thing back up with some more white. Okay. if you guys hear a bunch of squealing, I have a one of those shot chairs, which I'm very lucky to have that, especially doing work like this. Like you use like when you fix cars. My husband had one in the garage. I was like, oh, I gotta take that. So now it's pretty much mine. There we go. And these are called wild roses. These are Donna Dewberry wild roses. That's the technique that I'm doing. So they're wild, so they don't have to be perfect, you know? And if you don't like something, you just go right back over it like I just did. I'm gonna do a second set right in there. Cool. So let me now wipe off my brush with a baby wipe. All right, I'm just wiping off my brush here with the baby wipe so I can make sure I save my brush here. I don't want it to be ruined with paint. All right, and then we're going to take some of this green right here, and we're going to, do I want to do a brown stem or a green stem? What do I want to do? I think we're going to do a green and white stem, and then do that with the leaves, too. Yeah. So, it's like a sagey green color. Oh, before I do that, before I do the stems, I need to do that part in the middle I was talking about. So we're going to do that. So we're going to use that sagey green for that and this wicker white. And I have this little scruffy little orange brush, and that's what we're going to make that little center part with. Right in the center. Put some of this green in here. We'll do it to all of them. That's fine. And then, just a second, let me I got crazy with my green right there. And then we'll take some white and pounce some white right in the center of that green. Cool. So next I'm going to add, we're going to start doing some stems, leaves, and some rosebuds. So let me get my other brush out. So I have this brush here, and it has an angle to it, and it makes stems and it makes leaves really well. Oh, actually, you know what? I like to use my flatter brush. Just a second, I'll be right back. I gotta get a flatter brush for the stems. Okay. For the stems, I actually do like to use this brush. There's no angle to it at all. But when I make the leaves and the buds, I like to use this angle brush. So, at least for these stems and leaves. There's so many different techniques she has, so. Alright, so let's start making some vines to connect all this together. I'm trying to see if that green is going to work. I may need to do a deeper green, or I may need to do brown and do like branches, like dark brown branches, and then do green leaves from there. Let me grab a deeper green color. Okay, I'm back. Hi, thanks, my Nashka. Yep, I'm doing this stuff on furniture now. I've been doing that for a little while. There's a girl named Connie. Well, there's a lady named Debbie Design Diaries, and I'm trying to think of the other girl's name. Her last name is Woods, and I'm trying to think of her first name. Anyway, I started watching those two, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just, this is all just like mixed media, but doing it on furniture. So, I'm trying to figure out the color that I'm going to use for the stems, for the stems and the leaves. And I think I'm going to use this darker green color, so just a second. I just bought it, so. I had to open it up. Alright. Alright, let's see about this now. So for this one stroke, on this one stroke painting, for the vines, I'm going to do half white, half of this dark green. Let's see how this works out. Perfect. That's what I needed. I needed something deeper. There we go. Alrighty. Let's take it from the corner. Go like that. Okay, you guys, I'm not reading comments for just a second while I get these vines in here. I'm sure you guys are seeing this, yeah. I'm focusing. Focusing is what you must do sometimes. What do we want to do? Okay. Cool. Okay. And then we're going to do some white rosebuds and leaves here. But I wanted to get these vines in, so I felt like, I don't know, I felt like this was all, I felt like there was just rows, rows, rows. We want to connect them together. So these vines are connecting everything. Yeah, I like that. So let's do, while we have the, well, you know what, I'm trying to think if I should do the rosebuds. Let's do some rosebuds. Let me put this down and we'll do some rosebuds. So I'm going to use my slanted brush and we're going to do the rosebuds coming off of these white roses. Hey, C Rose, how are you doing? Yay, you made it. Oh, good. I'm glad you ordered one of her kits online. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's do some rosebuds. So I'm going to do, what am I doing? I think mostly white, and then again, just a little brown on my brush. Just a little bit. C Rose, I ordered these beautiful brushes. These are also Donna Dewberry. Look at how beautiful these are. These are her mermaid brushes. I ordered some just regular ones, but then I seen these, and I was like, oh my god, I think you got like 7 of them for like $15. I was like, oh, I must have those. Was it a need? Heck no. Did I need any more of her? Did I need any more brushes? No. But I wanted them. I was like, yes, please. All right, let me just. I gotta wipe off that brush. I should probably have a thing of water in here for my brushes. It's okay. I'm wiping them off with the baby wipe. Just a second. I'm grabbing another brush. All right, I'm grabbing a brush like that. It's a little bit thicker kind of a liner brush, and that's for the stem. Come on, Angela. Load this up right. There we go. And this is like the little bit of greenery that would be right around the rose. Like that. And I've said this before, this is not really how she does her rosebuds. She does them differently. But I tried her technique with the rosebuds, and I just couldn't get it. So then, I don't know, I started doing them like this. So. And not like it's super hard. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just haven't been able to get her technique doing it, so. And I'm just doing a little bit lighter green in there. Let me throw a little bit of white too. Let me see what that does. Yeah, that's too much. So I'm just using a darker green and a lighter green to kind of shade that. Maybe I'll come in a little closer so you guys can see more. All right, so let's do another rosebud. And the reason I say they're white roses and rosebuds that have wilted. So that's why there's some brown in them. I wanted them to look kind of vintagey and like they've, over time they have, they're older. They've been a couple days. Right, there needs to be more whiteness. There we go. There we go. So there's another rosebud. And we're going to do a little stem. And then we will take that. There we go. Cool. then we'll take a little bit of green, lighter green, and just highlight a little bit here and there. Cool. I think the rosebuds is where it really starts adding the magic to everything. Let's see. I think they were $20. I saw them on HSN. I think they were 20. Where did you find your brushes? See, Rose. Okay, well, these brushes I got on HSN for a pack of like 7. Maybe it was $20. I think you said that. Somewhere between $15 and $20. Because sometimes they have them on sale too. And these are mermaidy looking ones. Now they have mermaid paintbrushes also at Hobby Lobby, which I bought those too. So I'm sorry if I was confusing you, but I've gotten these ones, a set of 7 from HSN, and then and these are Donna Dewberry brushes, mermaid brushes. But then I got some other mermaid brushes from Hobby Lobby, and I used a coupon on those and picked those up for like a pack of 7 for like $5. So. Just a second, I gotta grab another baby wipe. Let me get rid of this other one. There we go. Alright, let's do some more rosebuds. Okay. Where else do I want to do a rosebud? I'm trying to put them in places that's not too awkward for me. When I painted these roses, oh my goodness, I was all over the place. There we go. And then we're going to put a little stem on there. Just making sure that I'm not in the way. Try to bring it in closer. Sorry when I get quiet, you guys. I'm focusing. I have to focus because I have myself contorted in all kind of angles I never paint at. There we go. And that added some extra highlights on there. Okay. Let's do some more rosebuds. I have to tell you one thing I love is I love being able to have my iPad. Like I'm taping on my phone, and then I'm taping on my phone, and then I have my iPad to the side so I can really look and see if I'm in frame. So it's really nice. I like that. Okay, let's do another rosebud over here. See, with this angle brush, it makes leaves and buds really easily. Just a second, I gotta shut a door real quick. No, I was afraid I was too loud. I'm just gonna shut the door. So if you have to talk on work. All right. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm gonna re-chat for just a second. Thank you, Rose Gold. Okay. All right, so we left off right here. So there's another petal right there, another rose petal. So let's get some more green out with this brush, dark green, and attach the stem. And then bring our little stem or greenery right around. Okay, and then add a little bit of lighter green right on top, just to give a little shading. And I like that part, but I don't like this part. I feel like that stem is like too thick. Okay. If you catch it early enough, you don't like something, you can just wipe it off. There we go. Perfect. I like that stem better. Okay. And I'm not looking for perfection, but I'm looking for, I want to like it. Let me see where I'd add a couple more rosebuds, and then we'll go on. Let me just see if I want to add a couple more. Yeah, we can add another one down here. Make sure you guys can see right here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so windy here. It just happened recently too. It was like I went out this morning, actually to Walmart. Oh, that's another thing. If you want these paints, because I'm painting with folk art paint. This is what Donna Dewberry uses when she does these flowers, because it makes them. It's a really nice thick paint, and she uses this, and these are only 97 cents at Walmart. She also has ones that say. She has just flat acrylics, and then she has ones that are like multi-dimensional, and she has more colors in the multi-dimensionals, and are $1.30. So I bought a mixture of both. But it's a cheaper way to buy a lot of these paints most of the time than all the other stores. So that's a good place to buy the folk art. All right, that stem right there. There we go. But last week, and I bought some there too, Hobby Lobby had 50% off, and at 50% off they had for 97 cents. So that's about the same price as Walmart. And they had just the regular flat acrylic paint, not the multi-dimensional. Multi-dimensional is cool though, because if you want to paint on like watering cans or plastic and things like that, the multi-dimensional paint, you can. So cool. So I think I'm going to go ahead and spend the $1.37 from now on and start buying the multi-dimensional, so that, because I know I'm going to want to paint on some, I have some watering cans and some other cool stuff that I think I want to paint on. And I wonder if it's good for glass. I don't know. I'll have to read the back of the thing. Okay. And I want to do another one over here, like up here. If I can get myself at the right angle. Okay, you guys, I'll read chat in just a second. All right, let me bring my camera out a little bit, because bring it up. And I see a few comments. And you guys, if you're talking to me, make it, put it in all capitals. And then that way I'll make sure that I don't miss your message. You guys, is this a good time of the day to do this? Because I was doing it around 2 o'clock, and I'm getting more people coming on at this time, so I have a feeling that, like, 3 o'clock is not the best time, because then I think it runs in the way of people's dinner, East Coast, and then West Coast, people have to pick up their kids from school. So let me know. Let me know if this, like, 12 or 1 o'clock is a good time for people. It seems like it is. Okay. I'm going to hurry up and take that off because I'm not liking it. I need to have that further away from the rose. So just wipe it off. There we go. And do it again. If first you don't succeed, try and try again. Okay. Okay, I got to give myself a... There we go. I'm going to like this a lot better. I can already tell. There we go. I didn't give myself any room for the stem to go on there. So now we're going to put a stem on. Now I don't like the stem. Jeez. You know what it is? I'm at such a weird angle. I'm going to try to scoot myself over a little bit. It's still weird, but I'm going to deal with it. There we go. I got it. Yay! I'm telling you guys, this is like another skill. Painting on furniture. It's another skill I'm developing. Cool. I like that. And as soon as I put the highlight on here, I will chat. There we go. Hey, I did it. Oh, that one was rough on me. I was at such a rude angle. Oh, you're cooking rose gold? Cool. Thanks, Debbie. And if I haven't said hi to you, hi, Debbie. Okay, okay, I'm just looking to see if I want to put any more rosebuds on here. Yeah, I do. Let me put another rosebud right. I see where I want a rosebud at. And I like to cook and watch YouTube too. If you have to be in the kitchen, at least watch something fun. Or something that you want to see. And usually, that's YouTube. I don't really watch TV. I mean, I do, but I watch YouTube more than I watch anything. I love YouTube. I really like watching YouTube when I'm in the kitchen, and oh, I like that. And and I can watch it on my TV because my husband showed me how to take my iPad. He has it connected to the TV. Just a second. There we go. He has it connected to the TV and my iPad, so they connect to each other, and then I can turn YouTube on my iPad and then push a certain button and it connected to my TV. So that's pretty cool to watch it like that. All right. It's not my favorite rosebud, but it'll do. Let me try to throw a highlight in there. There we go. Okay, we're going to do our last rosebud, which is going to be down here. It's going to be at a very weird angle. but we will see how this is going to work. Okay, here we go. I almost have enough paint on my paintbrush. Oh yeah, this is weird because I'm working like upside down. All right, you guys, we're going to see if this is going to work or not. We're going to see if Angela can paint upside down. I had way too much brown in there, so I'm like, just, yeah, there we go. That wasn't even a one-stroke rose. That was just me fixing something. Okay, let's see if we can do this upside down. Oh, I just touched my thing up there. Okay. All right, I'm going to stand up just a second. I got to contort myself. Get myself at a better angle. Oh, that's way easier now that I stood up. I have more control. I can brace my hand right there. I like that. I don't like bending over like this, but I like having more control over what I'm doing. Nice. Oh, there we go. All right, let me see what people are saying. Okay, girl, you let your chicken out. Rose Gold, you're funny. Good thing you do Zumba, isn't it though, girl? Whew. I'm getting a workout working on this panel here. Ooh, I'm getting a workout. Oh, this is looking. I'm gonna step back for just a second. Oh, this is looking pretty. Okay, cool. Sometimes you gotta step back from your work. And now, are these the most perfect roses I've ever done? No, but this is rustic. I am doing a very rustic piece, and we are going to another step of this. We're gonna sand these roses after they dry. I won't do that till tomorrow because I want these to dry really good. But this whole thing's going to be sanded. So these roses aren't going to be perfect anyway. So they're going to look like, it's going to look aged. They're going to look old. So tomorrow, after these have dried, we'll come back and we'll sand these roses. And then after I sand the roses and a few other places, then we'll do the waxing, which will be really exciting. Oh, I need to do some leaves. All right, we need to do some leaves on this. Does anybody know how long I've been on so far? Well, wait, I know how long I've been on. I started like at 10 after 1. All right. Whenever I'm on here, time goes quick. It goes really quick. Okay, I was looking at see if I can see how much. Because what I hate is when my phone doesn't tell me where my battery's at until my battery's like really low, and then my phone just goes out. So right now I'm trying to look and see where my battery's at, and it's not on the screen. Anyway, all right, so let's do some leaves with the same. Do I want to use this brush? Yeah, same brush. That slanted brush. This one. See how it's slanted? Okay. All right, so I'm trying to think what I want to do with these leaves. I think I'm going to use these two colors. This sagey green and this darker green. Other times I do I'm going to do half and half on my brush too. A lot of times I do white and green, which is pretty also, but I want to try that. So it's half and half on the brush. Yeah, I like that for the leaf. I'm just trying to make sure I like that as far as the leaf. If I don't want white. Nah, I don't want white. I just think I don't want to add white to it. I think I like the green. I like this green and the light and the sagey green together. Now, something else I want to say is I didn't actually the sagey green is this brand. I got it for 33 cents. So, do you always have to use folk art paint for this? No. It's just the best one to use. You can make beautiful stuff out of the stuff that's not as thick. Now, this one is a little thicker than a lot of the off brands, but because it's a name brand, so it's a little bit thicker. But that's what I'm using, and I got it for 33 cents at Hobby Lobby recently when they're oh yeah, go to Hobby Lobby. They're clearancing out their paints, a bunch of paints, a bunch of acrylics. All right, so let's keep making some leaves. Okay. This is how easy these leaves are. Isn't that cool? Especially with this angle brush. And I didn't really understand how to use the angle brush. I was watching Donna Dewberry, just went to her channel, and she goes, oh, I'm going to use the angle brush. And I went, oh, how do you use that? Because I never use my angle brush. Well, I like it with this technique. I'm going to go back over that same leaf because I didn't have enough paint on my brush. There we go. And that's the thing too, if you mess up, you can just go right back over what you did. And with her techniques. Okay, we're going to put some more leaves we'll put one here. There we go. I'm going to try this. She said that you can dip into the extender. If you still have some paint on your brush, but you feel like you need to reload your brush, just like dip your brush into the extender, or this stuff right here, floating medium. It keeps your paint wet and it extends your paint. So I think there's some stuff called paint extender. Same thing. You can just use that too. Huh, maybe I put too much extender on it because it kind of made my leaf kind of translucent. Who knows? It was working for the roses, so. Okay, I'm going to do some more leaves here. Okay. Get myself adjusted over here a little bit. Okay. I'm contorting myself. There we go. Just looking to see where else I want to put some more leaves. If anybody has to go pretty soon, we're almost done for today. I got a few things I'm going to go over here at the end, but we're almost done. Cool. And there's another leaf that's really beautiful. I did it on some roses in my Altered Book art journal a couple days ago, and I did pink roses. I did this other leaf on there, so check that video out. You can see how I did those leaves. They're a lot bigger. I just needed some smaller leaves, you know, on these vines and my roses. Just looking to see if I want to do any more leaves all the way down here at the bottom. Do one here. Let me move myself over here to a different area, and I'm going to go over to this side. I don't know if I can do it like this or not. Oh, I can go up. Okay, let me try going. I don't know if I can do this or not. Oh my gosh. No. That was horrible. I tried to go, I don't know. I tried to contort my body in a really weird way. That did not work well at all. Maybe I can go this way. Maybe. We'll try it. You guys can see me. It's hilarious. Okay. Oh, there's one. I can do one here. There we go. See, on a piece of paper, you know, when you're working your art journal or on a piece of paper or on a canvas, you can move your canvas out of the way. Or move your canvas around, or your piece of paper or your art journal around. I can't move this around. I gotta move myself. And I think that looks good. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I like that. Yes. How do you guys like that? I think that looks pretty good. And like I said, tomorrow after this dries, I'm gonna kind of bring you guys up a little bit. After this dries, we're gonna sand. There we go. After this dries tomorrow, we're gonna sand all this, so the roses are gonna look. All this whole rose thing is gonna look very aged, and look like it was painted maybe a long time ago. So it can go with the rest of all this distress work we're doing. One other thing I want to show you guys before we go is, see this panel right here in the middle? I'm going to do a stenciling on it. On this one right here in the center. Hopefully you guys are seeing that well. Yeah, you are. Okay, let me grab my stencil and I'll show you guys what we're going to do really quickly. And this will be the last thing we do for today. Plus my legs cannot handle anymore. It's a workout. Okay, let me get the, what am I gonna put here? I had an idea. All right, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stencils. Okay, these like really beautiful Parisian looking stencils. Just a second. We're gonna test some and see what fits where. No. Maybe we're gonna stencil, maybe we're not. We're gonna see. You know what? This might fit nicely in here. This will fit nicely in here. I can scoot that over a little bit. In fact, you know, let's go like that. Let me bring it down. Oh, this whole thing may be able to go in here. Okay, I'm going to do this whole stencil. I didn't think I was going to do this, but I am. Cool. Now, this here, this panel and this panel over here, I already have like that script writing on it that's kind of like disheveled, like it's like here and there. We're not going to do any stenciling or flowers in here. We're going to leave those alone. And I think on the bottom here, I'm going to do roses here, and I'll do roses on the panel over here, and then not any in the center here, I believe. You never know exactly until, like, you don't know exactly until you do things. And then you're like, oh, I like that, I don't like that. Like, you know what's bothering me a little bit is this rose. This rose right here is kind of bothering me because I feel like it should be like fuller right here. Like I feel like some of it's missing. But tomorrow I'm going to sand this and sand a lot of this away. Not a lot, but I'm going to sand some of it away. So the roses are going to be imperfect anyway. So I might as well not stress on that. Okay. Okay, so I have this stencil right here. I'm going to come like this to make sure I can see it better. Yeah. Looking in my iPad to make sure you guys are seeing well. Okay, so I have it taped up here. I have some black paint and my little brush here, stencil brush. And you know, I would use some type of this is actually a brush that you can use to paint. That I got 2 for a pack at Hobby Lobby. You can use these for using for milk paint, like how we did this dresser or this banquet. You can use it for milk paint, but also these are good for stenciling. And if you're gonna do script stenciling or anything that's a very fine stencil, I would use a stencil brush or something like this, because it gets into all those little grooves. If you use like a makeup sponge, it doesn't always work, especially if you have like small little areas like a script stamp or this. It doesn't get into all the little areas. So, okay, enough talking. Here we go. And again, I will love this if it comes out where I have some spots are a little darker, some spots are a little lighter. Since this whole piece, the goal is distress, right? We don't want perfection, because perfection is not distress, so. I love that green, it's old. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you missed the video of how I distressed this cabinet with this green, it's a mixture of 3 colors. I did, thanks C Rose, when I distressed this yesterday in yesterday's video, I used a teal, I used a green, and I used, what else? Another teal that was really super watered down with a lot of white. And that made it come out with this really cool distressed look, I think, and really a really cool teal. And make it look like there's stuff peeling back, you know, like there's colors that this is old and the sun has hit it and damaged it. I also used dark brown and let drips drip off of it. So I love to create age and things that are time worn and old. Anybody can have anything new. Okay. Oh, I like that. Check it out. Let me see if you guys can see it. Yeah. And I like it because over here it looks a little bit darker. Then over here it's a little bit lighter. And here you almost can't even see the I and the S. And I'm so good with that. In fact, over here where it's a little bit more prominent, I'll probably, when I sand these flowers, like we're going to go through and sand these roses, I'll sand some of this too tomorrow. Let me share one thing with you guys, because I don't think most of you guys saw this earlier. Let Let me put this black away. Just a second. Put that over there, that over there. I took this copper color. Now this cost $10 at Hobby Lobby, but I was able to pick it up either this year or last year. I can't remember, but they still have the sale going on right now at Hobby Lobby. That's 75% off. I picked it up for $2.50, and it's copper, okay? And it's Americana Decor Deco Outdoor Living Paint. But you can use, Folk Art has a lot of cool golds or coppers. So whatever you have, a lot of us have this stuff. Or Inca Gold, you could use that too. So it doesn't matter. So let me just show you something really quickly, and then we'll end the video. I want to show you how I did this hardware for those who weren't here before. Because there was only a couple people on when I was showing that. So, I'm taking it from the lid, that copper color, or the, is it copper? Yeah, copper. And just take a little bit on the lid. And also then I'm going to take it and just wipe some down. I have a little newspaper down here. I want to kind of have it as a dry brush. So I went over the hardware like this. Oh, and yesterday when I painted this, those colors, the teal, the green, and then that watered down whitey looking teal, I went right over the hardware. So the hardware already had all this tealy greenish color on it, just like this Banquet does. So now I'm taking copper right over that and just go like this. Cover it pretty good, but then take a paper towel and go like that. And then that way some of that teal and green show up. And then with that dry brush still, I took, this is a little bit of molding around here. I just took and went over some of that molding with this bronze, with this copper, I mean. I just think that looks cool. So let's go to this hardware here. Oh, my top. Dip it in the lid a little bit. Again, I dipped it in the lid and then kind of pounce on a paper towel or a piece of newspaper because you want it to still be a dry brush. Okay, so these are some pieces of hardware right here, and right here. Making sure you guys are seeing that. See it better like this, maybe. Okay, perfect. You can see better like that. Okay, so take that copper with that kind of with the dry brush and go over your piece like that, and then wipe it off. And it goes into some of the crevices, and then it leaves some of the green. And wipe it off there. And I've already done that to these pieces. I'm just showing you again. Wipe it off. And the same thing with this one. And I already did this one and it looks really good. Then you can take that dry brush still, and this is some molding right here. Go over the molding. And I'm getting a little bit of that gold even on the piece. Awesome. I think that looks good. Okay, and I'm going to show you another thing. Since I have this copper still on my brush, see the molding here at the top? Again, I use all those same colors I was just talking about on this molding, right? So now I'm going to take the copper brush and just go over it like this. And just add some copper. And that just really is so cool and brings things out. There's some molding right here. Go over the molding at the top. Just a little bit of copper. I just think it looks cool. So, all right, so let me come out a little bit so you guys can see what we have. We have going on. Maybe is that too far? No. So this is what we have going on. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys liked how things turned out. Thank you, Rose Gold. Thank you, C Rose. And that's what we have at the bottom, so you can kind of see that. So tomorrow we'll come back and this will be dry. These roses will be dry, and we will sand those so that they look even more aged. Okay, so they're not even going to look this new. So we'll sand those on video, and then I will do some What am I going to do? Oh, wax. Okay, to seal all this, you can use a clear acrylic sealer if you want, but it's really cool to use waxes when over chalk paint, because this is homemade chalk paint that I used on this. Um, it's really cool to use waxes. And you can use a clear wax, a white wax, or a brown wax. So you can take your clear wax and add a little bit of brown to it. But I actually was able to buy some white. I think I bought white, clear, and brown on clearance in Hobby Lobby the other day. So I'm going to use that. So I'm going to use a clear wax, and then I'll use a brown wax over it. And if you use clear first, it kind of dilutes the brown wax so it doesn't age things out too much. But the brown wax is cool because it will age all this even a little bit more. So, yeah. So I think that's going to be. I think that's going to be really fun. Trying to think, is there anything else I was going to say? I think that's it. I've said a lot already. That's it. And I think, I'll come back the same time tomorrow, somewhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, probably closer to 1 o'clock. Yeah, it'll be closer to 1 o'clock. And I'll make another announcement on YouTube, and then I'll go on Instagram and make another announcement too, just to kind of remind people. Okay, you guys, that is it. Let me just look at comments. Okay, I think I've answered everybody's comments. Yes, I have. Okay, you guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for stopping by. And thanks for all your sweet comments. Love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.